6 men involved in violent disorder in Hull this month have been jailed for a total of nearly 20 years. They included 48-year-old David Wilkinson, who was part of a mob which pulled 3 Romanian men from their car. He was sentenced to 6 years in prison. Elsewhere, 41-year-old Roger Hayward was jailed after leading an angry mob through Blackpool and assaulting 2 police officers. Ian Woods has the details.
Tell me what I can and can't do.
Roger Hayward was at the forefront of violent confrontations in Blackpool.
You touch me again, and I'll knock you out, and I'm within my right to do that.
While holidaymakers in the town enjoyed the summer sunshine, he was warning police they were outnumbered by protesters. Later, the 41-year-old in an England football shirt was seen attacking a security guard in a shopping centre who was trying to keep the mob out of a sports store.
No, I'm not threatening violence. Shut up.
When Hayward was arrested, he refused to get into the police van and kicked out at officers. Today, he was jailed for 30 months for 2 counts of assaulting emergency workers and for violent disorder.
My children and your children are suffering because what you're allowing to happen in our country.
The judge said he'd usurped the Southport murders for mindless, drunken thuggery.
The law-abiding people of this country as a whole, and those directly involved in the tragic events in Southport in particular, will be bewildered and revolted that you somehow decided to treat those events as a pretext for what you did. Everyone must understand that if you engage in this sort of mob violence, you will receive significant punishment.
David Wilkinson was jailed for 6 years after pleading guilty to various offences in Hull, including attacking 3 Romanian men in a car. The mob which surrounded the vehicle also included John Honey, wearing a distinctive St George's Cross shirt. Today he was jailed for 4.5 years. He was also pictured looting stores in the city and was so heavily featured on social media that his sentencing was delayed after claims he asked a prison probation officer if he wanted his autograph. Mother of 5, Lisa Bishop, was jailed for 26 months after pleading guilty to violent disorder in Bristol, while Jamie Easterbrook was given a 20-month sentence. Video footage showed him trying to grab an officer's body camera during disturbances in the city. Zach Baker, who was also seen taunting Bristol police, was sentenced to 28 months. His behaviour was described as vile and disgusting. So far, more than 1,100 people have been arrested nationwide following the violent protests, with 677 charged. Ian Woods, ITV News.
More than 350 people have now been charged over the violent disorder in parts of England and Northern Ireland 2 weeks ago. And as they appear in court, the communities at the heart of the trouble are finding ways to rebuild and repair the damage that was caused. Our reporter Ashley John Baptiste has been to one of them, the city of Sunderland.
2 weeks ago, violence broke out in Sunderland. Looting, disorder, chaos. A city on the brink.
We will get over this, is just bricks and mortar.
This Citizens Advice Office was destroyed by fire and violence. Denise Irving has been working in this building for over 17 years.
We try to avoid looking at it as much as possible, yeah, sadly.
In the aftermath, she is hopeful that her team can come back bigger and better.
There's some chairs, new chairs I can get, and now we're looking at potentially a new advisor. You know, that would give us another opportunity to see another 300, 400 clients a year.
That's thanks to the fundraising efforts of a complete stranger in Sunderland who raised nearly 10 times the target amount. Denise is speaking to her for the first time today.
Hi Sharon, it's Denise.
Hi Denise, how are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you. I just really wanted to say thank you ever so much for everything that you've done from us from Saturday. The fundraiser is now up to £18,300 and we've had over 680 donations. You will be forever our angel for that. So thank you.
Here in Sunderland's city centre, the impact of the disorder that took place can still be felt. Smashed windows, burnt buildings, closed shops. Yet, speaking to people here, there is also such a strong sense of community and defiance against the violence. Youth worker Phil has been volunteering on these streets every night since the riots. He knows of children who took part in the violence.
So what you'd say during the riot was adults giving children and young people bricks and stones to throw and then standing back from them. On the Saturday when the riot had gone and that had gone, the young people thought that was normal because adults had just taught them to do it the day before, and it was back to us to be educating them and saying this wasn't normal what happened last night. It's what I get out of bed for, to make sure that the young people of the city strive and survive.
I'm a born and bred Mackem. Mackem is somebody from Sunderland. My home city is Sunderland. My life is Sunderland. I don't know anything else. I'm a Sunderland season ticket holder.
When the riots hit, Zaf Iqbal, along with 3 others, locked themselves in their mosque for protection. Since then, the government has helped fund extra security to the mosque, although Zaf hopes that won't be needed much longer.
The community come together, people, the true people of Sunderland, emails, messages, cards, flowers left outside the mosque, saying that they stand with us. We've had a peace walk where we had 300 people at very short notice, basically just walking around the city where the troubles happened, reclaiming the streets as such. My hopes are that we can unite as one community of Sunderland and that we stay together.
Do you believe that will happen?
Hopefully. I'm not going to say yes, but we will fight to make sure it does.
Ashley John Baptiste, BBC News.